Imagine a world where children's media is no longer dominated by manipulative ads, where unhealthy fast foods and sugary drinks aren't constantly promoted, and where harmful and addictive trends never gain a foothold among the youth. Picture a future where companies no longer exploit young minds for profit, and where children are free to make informed decisions about their health, their values, and their well-being. Advertising targeted at children should be subject to stricter regulations because it exploits their vulnerability, promotes unhealthy behaviors, and has long-lasting negative effects on their development. After conducting thorough research from a variety of credible sources, including the American Psychological Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the World Health Organization, as well as witnessing the effects of advertising firsthand, I have a comprehensive understanding of the potential harm these practices can cause. This research, along with my personal passion for the well-being of the future generations, validates my expertise on this subject. In our society, these advertisements have become normalized. Advertising products such as fast foods, candy, sugary drinks, trendy products, and even illegal things for kids such as alcoholic beverages or e-cigarettes is an attack on youth. It doesn't allow them to grow up determining their own rights from wrongs or make well-informed decisions. By cracking down on these advertising regulations, we can end this multi-billion-dollar industry. I want the audience to understand that by advertising certain products to children, companies only benefit themselves, rather than the well-being of children, the epidemic that is currently happening today, and what we can do to put an end to it. First off, advertising directed at children exploits their cognitive limitations and leads to unhealthy outcomes. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that children under the age of 8 are developmentally incapable of distinguishing the difference between ads and entertainment. This makes them extremely susceptible to persuasion. The targeted advertising also has an emotional and behavioral impact on children. And a study from the American Academy of Pediatrics found that when exposed to high volumes of advertising, children develop materialistic values, leading to frustration when their desires for products are unmet. This emotional and behavioral impact can foster unrealistic expectations and can lead to unhealthy social and consumer behaviors, such as prioritizing possessions over relationships or health. Have any of y'all ever seen a child throw a tantrum in a store? A study done by the University of California in San Francisco shows that one of the main reasons for these outbursts is when the child sees something they have been told is an amazing product via advertising. I would like to shift y'all's attention to showcase how implementing stricter regulations on advertising to children would reduce the negative impact on their physical, emotional, and social development. Other countries, such as Norway, have already tested the waters with banning advertisements directed at children under the age of 13. And a 2021 study conducted by the World Health Organization shows a direct correlation between this ban and reduced rates of childhood obesity and improved mental health among children. According to a different report by the American Academy of Pediatrics, reducing exposure to unhealthy food ads results in, a significant drop in unhealthy food consumption among children, as well as an increased interest in educationally and socially beneficial content. These examples show that stricter regulations lead to better health outcomes, proving that regulating exposure to harmful ads can promote healthier lifestyles in children. The facts do not lie. Children need to be exposed to a healthier media environment. Finally, imagine a future where children are no longer swayed by corrupt advertising and instead grow up in an environment that prioritizes their well-being and development. As touched on by Sandra Calvert, developmental and child psychologist, there needs to be a shift in companies' responsibilities. Under stricter regulations, companies would need to pivot their advertising strategies to focus on more ethical marketing, promoting products that would align with public health goals, education, and creativity. Corporations would be incentivized to prioritize long-term relationships over short-term profits. This shift would also lead to healthier competition among companies to provide valuable, ethical products, reducing the unethical nature of advertisements. However, children themselves also need to be more informed. And in a more regulated media environment, children would be better equipped to understand these marketing messages through education and awareness initiatives, leading to more informed decision-making as they grow older. In an article in the International Journal of Advertising, it is read that children who possess the necessary advertising literacy will use this literacy to critically process the ads they encounter, making them less susceptible to its effects. By protecting children from harmful advertising practices, we create a generation of informed consumers who can make healthier, more conscious choices, which ultimately contributes to a more thoughtful, responsible society. To tie it all together, children's advertising needs to be more strictly regulated since it takes advantage of their vulnerability, encourages bad habits, and harms their development over time. Today, we've talked about the negative effects of advertising on kids and the urgent need for change. Initially, we witnessed the way that advertising exploits children's cognitive deficiencies, causing emotional and behavioral harm. Next, we looked at how stricter laws in countries such as Norway have already produced really good results and how they might enhance kids' social, emotional, and physical growth. Lastly, we envisioned a world in which children are shielded from deceptive advertising, promoting ethical marketing and more informed consumers. I encourage us today to come together as a community to advocate for change. I urge everyone in this room to further educate themselves and others about the harmful effects of advertising, share articles, engage in discussions, and promote media literacy programs in schools. Additionally, we can support organizations such as the Federal Trade Commission that fight for stricter advertising regulations. Contacting representatives to voice our concerns is another extremely effective measure. Your voice matters, and together we can create a safer, healthier, and more positive environment for children globally.